If you have a difficulty with another human being...
Maybe we won't take advice from that guy.
Oh, wow!
But we will take advice from this guy.
Jay Shetty.
Jay Shetty.
Jay Shetty in the house.
Jay Shetty is the award-winning podcaster, best-selling author and former monk who really loves love.
Love, 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 love. We love so much.
In fact, Jay loves love so much.
So much.
He's putting all he's learned into his new book.
8 Rules of Love.
And while he's not promising to solve all our problems, he is promising he has the tools for us to solve them ourselves. So let's ask him what they are, shall we? Not that I need the help.
I don't agree with that.
Please welcome Jay Shetty.
That was very impressive, very impressive. I love that.
What did you think?
I need that edit. I need the edit.
Well, Jay, welcome to Australia. This is your first time here.
It's my first time.
Do you have like a spidey sense when it comes to these things? Could you feel the desperation from the singles needing your help upon entry?
No, I am actually so grateful to be here. I was always excited to come here for the events, and the fact that we have so many amazing sold-out events this week, I couldn't be more grateful to be here. So thank you to everyone.
Also, you've sold out your events and you're still turning up to talk about it.
He's got a book to sell.
Oh, that's
The guy loves love. You know, that's how much he loves it.
Exactly, that's it.
Now, the book is everywhere. 8 Rules for Love. What rule do people find most surprising?
I think it's the first one, so it's called Let Yourself Be Alone. And I think everyone's like, wait a minute, this is a relationship book. Why is he telling me to stay single? And I think the great thing about that chapter is all about how we've been brainwashed to believe that you have to be with someone to be happy.
Yeah.
And actually, you don't need someone to complete you, or you don't need a better half because you don't want to be the worse half. And so really, it's a reminder to say, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're single, spend time alone getting to know yourself.
Oh, so the secret to finding love is realising you don't need it.
There we go. That's really smart.
Did I just become a guru?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. There you did it.
What
Yeah.
do you think? What's the biggest mistake you see people making?
The biggest mistake is I think we end up thinking we know someone. You move in and you think you know them now. You get engaged and you think you know them now. You get married and you think you know them now. You have a kid and you think you know them now. And we keep assuming that we're with the same person. And the truth is, in your lifetime, even if you're with one person, they're going to be 3 different people across those decades. And so getting to know them again and again and again is the biggest mistake we make because we just assume we don't need to.
In my 20s, I felt like I was there, I was doing the self-actualisation, great. How the hell do you actually meet people? Like, practically, where are we going? Where's the club?
Yeah, well, I'm going to break it really, really simple. These are the 3 ways you can meet people right now. And it all comes down to our values. So you need to meet through people of similar values. If you tell your friends what you're looking for, what values you're looking for, they're more likely to be able to help you. And you need to remind them because they'll forget. The second one is places of similar value. We often go to the wrong place. We go to a bar trying to find the love of our life for the rest of our life. It doesn't really make sense. Why not go to a place of similar values? And the final is projects. So many people find people while they're learning, while they're helping charities, while they're doing good community work, at work itself. And so finding people in people of value, places of value, and projects of value.
I noticed that you did not say dating apps there. Have they helped or hindered when it comes to finding love?
So the stats show that it's actually the same. Whether you meet through friends or whether you meet through dating apps, the success rate's the same. So I'm not knocking on dating apps at all. I actually think they can be fantastic. But the quickest thing I'd say is move from the app into real life as quick as possible. And by the way, if someone doesn't want to meet you in person, they're not your person. so get to that point as quickly as you can.
That's a top tip. Now, you also have a top podcast called On Purpose, where you talk to celebrities, really, really famous people. You've actually officiated J-Lo and Ben Affleck's wedding most recently. Do you advise getting back together with an ex like they did? Is that good advice?
I actually think it can be incredible if both people have done their work individually.
Okay.
And when both people have gone on their own paths, they've done their own work, they've looked inward.
What if they've not done that?
Then I would not recommend people getting back together. Yeah, good thing you pointed that out. Yeah. No, I think if you're doing the work, if you're trying to grow, and if you're trying to improve, then you could actually bring more back to the relationship.
Well, what do you mean the work? Because I hear people use this phrase all the time, and I'm like, well, I'm not getting assignments. I don't know what it is.
It's a great question. It's a great question. I'd say the number one thing is, have you looked at the mistakes you made in the past?
Never.
Have you looked?
Never do that.
Have you looked at where you went wrong? Have you looked at what were the challenges and how you could change that next time? If you've done that, that's the work. And I think a lot of us keep having the same experiences again and again because we haven't learned the same lesson that keeps coming back up in front of us.
So I have no doubt what you're saying is right. But here's the concern I have when I hear it.
Yeah.
It sounds like what we're trying to do is fix ourselves and become perfect, and then we'll have a relationship that works. Whereas we'll just never reach that point, right?
Agreed.
So, like, it actually, you evolve in the relationship and your imperfections change, but you're always imperfect, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think you're spot on. So you're never, if you waited to be perfect to be in a relationship, you'd be single for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So they're not mutually exclusive. They do happen at the same time. But I think there has to be an initial preparation, an initial little bit of work that makes the relationship a bit more easier, a bit more manageable. Otherwise, you're just constantly butting heads with someone for the rest of the time.
Yeah. Well, for people in relationships, I'm in a relationship. What are like some tips to better it, like day to day? Like, how do you make it better? Because it's all good to talk about it like holistically,
Yeah.
but in the moment, what are some great tips to?
Absolutely. So I'm going to give you 4 check-ins to do.
Okay.
And this is a check-in for every day.
Sam, get the
down.
Yeah, a check-in for every day, a check-in for every week,
Yeah.
a check-in for every quarter, and a check-in for every year. So every day, ask your partner, what's been your highlight today? Or if you want to go a step further, what's something that you did for yourself today? Your partner's always thinking about you. If you have kids, they're thinking about the kids. When do they ever think about themselves? Remind them to think about themselves. It's the biggest gift. Question for every week. What have you got coming up this week, and how can I be prepared to support you? Sometimes we have a stressful week and we don't tell our partners, and now we're taking our stress out on them. If you ask them, hey, what have you got going on this week? And they said, you know what? I've got a crazy press run. I'm traveling the world. Like, I'm going to need a bit more of your help.
that's all about you.
Yeah.
Giving my example.
I often flag that. to
Giving
my
my
partner,
example.
yeah.
Yeah, like just warning them. Every quarter, this is a tough one, but sitting down and saying, is this relationship going in the direction you want? If not, what are we willing to do? What are we willing to change if it's not going in the direction? And if it is, what should we keep doing? And then every year, what are your goals and how can I help you pursue them? If you do those 4 check-ins, you'll always make sure that you're both together on the same track.
They're scary conversations though, right?
They're very difficult. They're challenging conversations. But guess what? Those challenging conversations every week, every day, every quarter save you from having the worst conversation 10 years in as a surprise.
Well, you got 10 years. 10 years,
Yeah.
pretty good.
It makes sense. It
Maybe
makes
10
sense.
months. But yeah.
Do not miss Jay on his Love Rules tour. All the
Oh, yeah.
info is on our website. This is the book, 8 Rules of Love. It's everywhere right now. Jay, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your time.